Is your name Ananthi? I can ask this without changing the tone any number of times. Yet, it might seem like something very complicated. It might seem normal or might sound arrogant. As I increase the resonance, the voice will change. It will sound better. Okay. But I haven't changed the resonator. I am still talking the same way. But once I shift the resonator from the nose to the throat, it will feel like my voice has been released because of more space. Oh. More space for the air to circulate. As I move further down, there is more space in my chest for the air to circulate. My voice will become stronger. As I go deeper, the voice will become stronger. Chatha would not have been possible if Siddharth wasn't a producer and actor. Suppose a group of people have dressed up as tribals and are dancing in a separate world. You can look at cinema like that. If that is not the character I had written. If your body is not aware of your capacity, though you try hard to portray a character, you can't do it. In the movie Chatha there were a lot of new actors. Is it the job of an acting coach to bring out the actor in someone who cannot act? Yes, that is one part of the job. Some might know to act well. Even a good actor can have an acting coach. It is a very normal thing. If I am part of a film as an acting coach, I will read the bound script and work out the traits of the characters along with the director. Enid Productions is making a film called Test. The shoot is almost over and it is in the post-production stage. I am an acting coach for that film. Giving the actors an actor Bible was my job. That was a major task. Madhavan, Nayanthara, Siddharth, and Meera Jasmine are part of the cast. Preparing an actor Bible for them was my job. What is an actor Bible? Once the actors read the material given to them, they should know everything about the character. Oh, okay. Established actors might need an acting coach to work out stuff like this. With respect to Chatha, Siddharth is in a different space during the initial stages of the film. He wants a government job and he gets it. He just wants to lead a happy life. That is his mind space. After the little girl is lost, his mind space changes. And there is a mind space shift after the girl is found. So there is a clear distinction of the three different mind space. Chatha would not have been possible if Siddharth wasn't a producer and actor. And I would not have been part of Chatha for a long period. Siddharth was the reason. I have another question. There is an increase in the number of people visiting the theaters. And we have a new set of people coming in to explore acting as an art form. That is one part of the story. At the same time, we have films being made for face value. Maybe they got famous because of a particular video, and then become part of a movie. When people make it this way, some who have put in efforts might not get a chance. What are your views on this imbalance? This is not something new. MGR and Sivaji Ganesan were both from theatre. But both had very different types of acting ability. If you dive even deeper, the best actor in a theatre group, we can't say that he or she has to get a chance. Because cinema itself is a different world altogether. Okay. Acting in cinema is. If you ask the people in a theatre group or the ones who learn cinema acting, 30% would talk about Stanislavski's book titled An Actor Prepares. He wrote this book in the 1890s. It is a very old book. His style got outdated in the 1930s and 1940s. Okay. Transforming into a character wasn't necessary anymore. Now performance could be done even by uttering a couple of lines. That itself is outdated now. The last time I saw alternate theatre was in the 2010 to 2012 period. I consider myself outdated. Stanislavski's system is done. Then there was mechanical acting and Grotowski's method. There were 2 or 3 more schools of acting after Grotowski. I know until that point. Okay. Theater acting has grown beyond that. Cinema is still a verbal-based medium. Oscar is seen as the pinnacle of cinema. So, if you see practically, cinema is, a group of people have dressed up as tribals and are dancing in a separate world. Okay. If a theater actor separates himself or herself from this, it is their choice. Okay. If they want to compete with cinema, they have to be ready to become a tribal. Got it. If suppose someone gets a chance in cinema by doing reels, it means there is a space for that. Okay. Okay. It doesn't imply imbalance or injustice. Anyone can get into cinema. The capacity to withstand makes all the difference. Doing theater alone doesn't guarantee the capacity to withstand. Yay, right. There is an actor in Delhi. His acting gave me goosebumps. He is no more. He went to Bollywood, was unsuccessful and came back to theater. He couldn't stick over there. Okay. His lifestyle was very artistic. Doing auditions and developing relationships didn't work out for him. Correct. It need not work for everybody. There is no ulterior motive in this. The training which was required for his body of work wasn't needed in Bollywood. Understood. His space is what he wants it to be. Okay. He should have been ready to adapt if he needed a different space. Because any movie industry functions in its own style. No one can control it. One should be ready to adapt. I studied in American college. Balasar also studied there. Karu Palaniappan and I belong to the same department. My native is Madurai. An acquaintance of my grandfather promised to get a college seat for me. He used to take me to the college daily. I went with him for 4 days. The college building was like Loyola College building. It looked even more stunning than the Loyola building. That man didn't know anyone. He was just roaming around the college. Maybe he wanted to study there. Then he saw someone he knew and told the reason he was there. My name wasn't there on the first list. Then the man told me that studying in American college was more important than what I was studying. I didn't even know him. But he played a big part in my life. I didn't have money. That man paid the money for my application and filled it himself. That man had finished his English final year at that time. He asked what second language I would prefer. I said Tamil. But he asked me to study French. That man filled up the application form and changed my life. That's why I am sitting here and talking. Otherwise, my life would have been different. So, I landed up in French class. One of the professors asked if anyone was interested in theater. A couple of my friends raised their hands while I was sitting there quietly as I was an introvert. I used to participate in dramas at school during the festivals. Because participating in dance meant buying a new dress. For drama, we could manage with the dresses at home. So, I raised my hand for drama and met Shanmugavel sir. Oh. Nice. He kept talking about NSD. I was a Kabaddi district player. So, I used to follow timings strictly. Even for this show, I came on time. Yes, you were on time. So, I am used to being 10 to 15 minutes early. And wait. Even if the other person was late, I used to be an on-time person. I worked very sincerely. I was very obedient. I never talked back or questioned my seniors. Almost worked like I was in military. I used to train hard. And eventually the thought of going to National School of Drama was etched in my mind. I thought of applying after completing BA. But my master said that I lacked experience. And asked me to study MA. So, I studied MA. So, I completed MA and went to Delhi. Very nice. Suppose I am judging a person. Consider that you are being judged. From your voice and the way you conduct your body, the thought is, don't take this to heart. It's just an example. Suppose I feel that you are lazy. I thought of saying too inquisitive. I thought it might sound bad. So, I said lazy. Okay. Suppose I feel that you are lazy. A very laid-back attitude. Consider if Ron-con. That same attitude is in your body. But the character I wrote is completely different. If you are not aware of that trait in your body, though you try hard to portray a character, you can't do it. Correct. Okay. The first part of acting is understanding yourself. Understanding your body. Height and weight are secondary. It's about how a person walks. Understanding the person's voice and speech. When I try to transform into another character without understanding any of this, I get struck. Oh, okay. Both of us have the nasal style. When the nasal resonates. If I talk to the child with this voice, you won't believe me at all. You would doubt my capacity as an acting trainer. When I start conversing with you in a deeper voice about training Siddharth, your attention span will increase. All your energy will be directed towards me. Oh. So, I have to know that applying a particular voice style would bring a particular reaction. Got it. I should also know how to change my voice. And it shouldn't be artificial. Suppose the tea is cold, I should be able to say it casually. I should also speak with a deep voice. I should also know how to speak normally using my throat, chest and nose. All of this is part of the training. Suppose my nasal resonance is less. Despite acting in a well-written script, my character won't work at all. Got it. Your nasal resonance is good. So you are able to get through. Suppose you don't have nasal resonance, or if your resonance is less, your voice will sound weird. Resonator is the space where the air circulates. There is very little space in the nose. Okay. So the frequency is more. The chest has more space. So the resonator will be more. When you say lifetime settlement in a deep voice, it means there is more space for the air to circulate. Okay. So, it will work like a bass speaker. Can you give me an example? You spoke about the 4 places. Can you utter a small dialogue to show the difference? Suppose the dialogue is, my name is Rajesh, when I say the same through the nasal point. Nasal is not just one. There are lots of points. It will all sound too technical. Okay. The amount of air that you push is resonance. Okay. The point where you push is the resonator. Okay. The nose is the resonator. It's all your fault while saying that dialogue. J.M. Ravi would have spoken through the nasal point. Now J.M. Ravi has changed his voice, which implies his resonance has changed. If this nose is the resonator, if I reduce the resonance, my voice will sound like this. When I increase the voice resonance, it will sound better. Okay. But I haven't changed the resonator. I am still speaking through the same resonator. Got it. When the resonator changes from the nose to the throat, it would feel like my voice has released because of more space. Oh. There is more space for the air to circulate. When I go further down, there is a lot of empty space in my chest for the air to circulate. My voice will become stronger. As I go deeper, the voice will become even more strong. As I go deeper, suppose I utter India got independence in 1947 in a casual way. It will still grab the attention of the audience. Human ears are designed in a way to get mesmerized from bass. Oh. The upper part beyond the nose and throat is bad. Even if you tell the truth, speaking through the nose won't work out. But if we say something funny, it will work depending on the resonance. Oh. It might even lead to irritation. You can listen to a funny voice for 10 minutes. After that it's tough. Just think. A person speaks through the nose for 12 hours. The voice will sound weird. I am not talking about you. If you had not said this, I wouldn't have thought about it. No, for me it's nasal. But my resonance is more. I can change it easily if I want. You have acted, right? What will you do to emote? Tell me your process. I will think about what was said. What would I have done if I was in that situation? I will think about what I did earlier when I felt that particular emotion. I haven't thought about my body traits before. When I felt angry, my quality has come to the fore. When you have to convey an emotion physically, you have to change your breath to change your emotion. You will know how your body reacts to breath change only if you do it. Correct. When you change your breath, the emotion works. How will you find the breath for each emotion? You can observe your breath for a particular emotion. I will give you a basic idea. When you take a breath and break it even, it is laughter. Okay. When Ananthi is asked to laugh in the future, your answer shouldn't be "Chitha's acting coach taught me, I just explained the structure." Okay. Beyond that, you have to give life and you need your muscles and your nerves. Once I start laughing, I can laugh any way I want. Or through the nose. Or go to the bottom. Or bring a false tone. We can bring out the range any way we want. But the basic idea is, if you take a breath and break it even, it becomes laughter. Nice. This is how it works. You can't laugh unevenly. You can't do that. Okay. Then it is not laughter. Got it. All the others are uneven, which implies that there is no pattern. But there are certain patterns. Okay. The resonator of laughter is, when you laugh a lot, you experience stomach pain. Yes, because it is said that the laughter starts from the stomach and gradually comes out. So, stomach is the resonator for laughter. Each emotion has a resonator. Okay. All of this is science. So, you have to understand the resonator and explore the emotion like working in a lab. My suggestion is, I got a phone call from my student. He tried out the emotions for an hour before calling and talking to me. Nice. You have to work on an emotion for an hour. Okay, you shouldn't speak the dialogue. Close the door and start crying without tracking time. You shouldn't fiddle with anything. You have to keep crying or laughing for an hour. This is like a diploma course. Oh. You have to work on an emotion for 3 hours. Then you will be the master of that emotion. You will know how it works on your body. 3 hours is not a joke. If you laugh for 5 hours, your stomach will start paining. Yay, there will be severe stomach pain. Think about the movies you have watched and the incidents that happened in your life. You will believe that you are living a life filled with laughter. But you won't have content to think of beyond 3 minutes. Then comes the thought of old films and all sorts of laughter attempts. But even that will last only for 15 to 20 minutes. That 20 minutes is for those who live an extraordinary life by meeting new people every day. For those who live with the same group every day, the maximum time is 10 minutes. So it all ends in a maximum of 20 minutes. Beyond that, there is an emptiness. You will start thinking that you can't do it. But you have to start from that point. Okay. But when you start from that point, you will explore it technically. Got it? Okay. When you explore technically, you might feel tired. You might even curse me for my methods. When you have to laugh for 1 hour, you will start thinking of new things. You will think of a new situation. You will try out new ways of conveying emotions if you have to do it. Then we will become creative. Once you cross the 15 minutes, the creativity will start flowing. When it stretches to 3 hours, we can't recreate something which we haven't experienced. Okay. Either we should have learned or heard or lived through it. Either of these should have happened. Then, when you can't recreate something which you have experienced, not only incidents, also emotions. When the thought of laughter comes to my mind, I might think of a way an actor laughed. Is people reading important for an actor? It's important for all. We have to read ourselves first. Even if I do something organically, I should know how to repeat it. Third eye concept is very important for an actor. How am I looking? It's not about beauty. Okay. It's not just about maintaining continuity. When I think and speak, I need to know the meaning of my hand gestures. When I ask, "Is your name Ananthi?" in different ways, I can ask this without changing the tone any number of times. It might seem like something very complicated. It might seem normal or might sound arrogant. It's just a change of 1 inch from my side. Some people have this problem in their life. Okay. Actors will be visiting production offices with the script, but none of the producers will say yes. Because the producers is scared of him. That he might finish him off once and for all. The producer might think that he is arrogant, while the director might look into astrology to change his fate. All in desperation. To become an actor, one has to think clearly. Asking God for help or looking into astrology is all waste. Think practically first. Sit down with a chart. What do you want to be in life? Figure out where you are in life. What are the ways to get to your destination? For which of these do I have people to help? Suppose I have no one. But you can do certain things well. Figure out what won't work for you. Figure out what you have to do if you want something. Don't listen to everybody. Because there is a general belief in the society that doing small things can make you big. A lot of people have told me this. But I don't believe that. People quote Vijay Thapathi as an example. But he was working in Dubai before he became an actor. I became an actor after finishing my acting course. He looked for opportunities for almost 15 years while I trained myself for 15 years. There is a difference between the two. People won't understand this and say that cinema has a separate rulebook. None of this is true. Not even my words. This is just my truth. Don't believe everything is a rule or a set standby rule. We have to design what we need. I am an atheist and don't believe in God. But I believe in energy. We have to change our thinking pattern and our attitude to life. An actor needs all this. Okay. The CPU of the system has to be changed. We have to be ready for adaptability. I will make you change your walk. If I am taking class and asking you to walk, I will decode your walk and list out problems. And I will ask you to change certain things. It took me 6 months to change my life. I don't know how I figured out my nose as the focal point. I have been training for a long period. I know my conviction in how to make changes. Once you are good at your craft, you won't be nervous. Acting is like love for me. There is no love at first sight. But acting coach is like marriage. You have to accept your partner and live. Training won't be a problem. But some question my abilities and whether I have acted. But I have to feel that I definitely have to do a particular role. When I get such a role, I will act. Definitely. Or else I will just wait it out.